Hello, hello. Hey, everyone. Good morning and good afternoon to the people on the West Coast and the East Coast. So thank you for joining our latest webinar. Let me know if for whatever reason you all are not able to hear me. So really excited to have you all on our latest webinar to talk through our suggested events and engagement ideas for the holiday season, which officially you can say starts today for December 1st. So really excited to have you all. If this is your first Flamingo webinar, welcome. We try to be social, so feel free to ask questions or provide comments as we go along. So really excited to have everyone on the webinar. And this whole webinar is going to be around event and engagement ideas for 2023. So we will talk through about 20 different resident event ideas and then talk about some other things that you can really do to drive engagement, including how to do a really fun event that I think most of you should really think about doing, which is a winter soiree. So we'll talk a little bit more about that and then also talk about other ways to drive engagement and make sure that you get the most ROI from your events. So let us get started. So before we even get to that, if you don't know, my name is Jude and I am your host for today. I am the founder and CEO of Flamingo. So Flamingo is a resident retention platform. So you will hear a lot more about resident retention over the next few months as more communities realize that retention is really important. So Flamingo is the first ever retention platform, really helping our customers boost retention by anywhere from 5 to 15%. So our platform is an all-in-one platform that you can use for everything. So everything from a resident engagement app to resident surveys, to reputation management, to on-demand fitness. So we allow you to offer one single touch point for your residents and allows you to really boost retention all around. So why don't we get started? So our top 20 recommended events for the holiday season. So first one is a holiday themed karaoke night. So this event is really fun because it's going to bring out the social part of your community. So those residents that like to get very, very social, and some of the ones that just want to come to watch other people like sing. So I really like this type of event because it's really interactive and it's going to get your residents to connect in a much deeper fashion because, I mean, not everyone's a good singer, but it allows them to kind of group together to pick out their favorite songs and then sing. And the other reason why I like an event like this is because you can do a lot for this for social media, whether it's record clips of your residents singing or capture pictures, and you can use that as part of your marketing. And if you have a resident engagement app, you can even post some of those clips within your resident engagement app. So a karaoke themed event is really fun, especially when you do it as a holiday themed event. So everyone loves Christmas music. I mean, most people love Christmas music. So this would allow you to really get your residents out of their units and do something really fun that you can use across like social media. So this event I highly recommend for those reasons. And what's also nice for this event is you can do it multiple different ways. You can make it a kids theme one where it's really all around the kids. And they can also come out with a type of like family friendly event. So a great event to do that can be used across multiple different facets. This one is obvious. So it's a Santa meet and greet. So you can invite Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus to come on site. And this is a really great event if you have a lot of families. And even if you don't have a lot of families, still a fun event for your residents that are kids at heart. So this one is quick and easy and allows for a lot of pictures. One thing you can do for this event is combine it with photography. So residents can capture their holiday pictures that they can use for their holiday cards for that season. So a really fun one to do because your residents are able to do a lot of things with this type of event. And again, a really family-friendly event if you have a lot of kids on site. So one that I would recommend to do pretty early because it allows people to then utilize those pictures as part of their holiday cards. And we will talk a lot more about this one, but one that is a really great event and better than a traditional holiday party is a winter wonderland soiree. So a lot of your residents have nice suits, a lot of people have nice dresses, a lot of people are always looking for a reason to dress up. So one of the biggest challenges that we hear from on-site teams is how do I get residents to come to events? I spent a lot of time putting together a really nice event, but no one shows up. The reason typically is because the events are really not that engaging. You want to do events that give residents a reason to step away from watching Netflix. You want to give them a reason to step away from watching the Bears versus the Lions or whatever sports they watch. So an event like this is something that residents would typically not be able to do themselves. So if you do a simple breakfast grab and go, that's great, but a resident is able to go down to Dunkin' Donuts and grab some breakfast food. So it's not as engaging. Whereas a Winter Wonderland soiree, that's really a fun event where residents get to dress up, they get to really have a night out, and it's an occasion where they are going to take a lot of pictures. So we will talk a lot more about this, but this is one that I really recommend. So you move away from the traditional holiday party into something a lot more formal. Another fun and easy one is holiday cocktails. So a really simple event. All you need is a licensed mixologist who is going to come on site with all the alcohol mixers and garnishes and really run a fun event. What is nice here is that sticking with the theme, all the drinks are going to be holiday themed drinks. So another fun event to do that is fairly simple to do. And this is one where if you want to build momentum, you can set it up so that you have this event run on a weekly basis during the holiday season, or maybe every other week, where every week residents get to learn a different cocktail. So by the end of the 4 weeks, they have learned four really great cocktails that they can take and take that going forward. So when you think of doing events, always think about how you can turn one event into something that's a little bit greater. So doing an event like this where you do it over a 4 week period is going to add a lot more dynamics to it. So a fun one that residents are going to really enjoy because one, everyone likes to drink, or most people like to drink, and then two, it's educational. So residents get to learn how to make something new that they can take with them going forward. So highly recommend this one. This one is also another classic. So most of you have done the typical wine and paints events. This just adds the holiday mix to it. So residents can pick what they want to choose across different holiday themes. It could be a winter background, it could be a Christmas tree background, it could be a family theme background. So lots of different ways that you are able to do a wine and paint event. And what's nice here is you are able to combine events. So you can think about combining a holiday themed wine and paint with the cocktail making class. So residents get to make cocktails and then afterwards they get to draw and then drink whatever cocktails they made. So another thing to always think about is how can you combine one or two elements of events together to make it a greater opportunity for residents to gain something new. So combining a wine and themed event with a cocktail making class might be just what you need to boost engagement much, much higher than you might expect. And then another fun one, especially if you have a lot of families, is to do a gingerbread cookie decorating class. So a really fun event. You need a chef who comes on site, brings all the ingredients, and does a really fun thing for your residents, which is to help them like decorate gingerbread cookies. So this one is nice because it's easy, it's fun, it's something that residents get to try and get a treat. And then best of all, if you have families, they are absolutely going to love this. One thing we've heard a lot from some of our customers is before they were not really focused on their demographics. So they just might do a bunch of different events. But when you really tee in on your demographics, you now know what events might resonate the most. So if you do have families, they are always looking for things to do for their kids. So if you have a lot of families, do a lot of family themed events, and you'll be surprised by how many people show up. So highly recommend this one. Another great one, which is really simple to put together, is a holiday trivia event. And you can take it a step further and make it hosted by Santa Claus. So residents are going to love this one because Christmas, everyone is happy, everyone's excited. So if you do a holiday themed trivia, residents are going to come in droves. And again, this is another event that you can combine. So whether it's with the cocktail making class or something else. But just having the holiday theme is really going to drive your residents to have a blast at an event like this. So highly recommend one that is very simple and one that your residents are going to enjoy quite a lot. And then another one, which is a classic, is an ugly sweater party. What I like about this event is that one, it's really picturesque. So a lot of your residents are going to come, are going to dress up, and they are going to take a lot of pictures. So you can turn that into a contest. So who has the ugliest sweater? And they can win a prize. It could be a $25 gift card. It could be a pizza. It could be whatever you want to offer them as a prize for having the ugliest sweater. So this one is really easy to put together, and it is going to be a crowd favorite. The reason why this is really easy to put together is you don't need a lot, just music. You need drinks, you need snacks, and that's about it. Your residents are going to do most of the entertaining. So this is a fun and easy one to really put together quickly, and residents will really appreciate it. And the other reason I like an event like this is that if you have a huge list of prospects, you can actually invite those prospects to this type of event. And they would have just as much of a blast and really get to see what life is like at your community. So a fun one to do that a lot of residents are going to enjoy. And this is a classic. So you can hire Christmas carolists to come on site and they can serenade your residents either by sticking in the lobby just outside the property, or you could have them go door to door and serenade your residents. So this is such a fun event because it's really going to put your residents in the holiday mood. So right now, everyone is getting excited because holidays are coming up. This is one really fun way to kick them off as you do it. One thing you can do here is many of you right now are probably in the process, if you haven't already, to put up your Christmas tree. So if you haven't done that yet, this is probably a great time to have the Christmas carolers like sing while you put up the Christmas tree. And if you set up a gift wrapping station, this is also something you can do as part of that gift wrapping station. So have Christmas carols play or sing while residents are using your gift wrapping station. So again, think of combining your events to create a greater than just a singular part. So one that I highly recommend. Another great one is mulled wine tasting. So I really like this event because it's probably one that you haven't done before. And as the months and weather gets like colder, people are looking for that cozy feeling. So this is a fun event where you simply bring on a chef and they can help create like really nice mulled wine and your residents can hang out. What I like about this one too is if you have like an outdoor, great like outdoor space, this could potentially be an event that takes place like outdoors or a mix of indoor and outdoor. So again, a lot of people like to drink, and what's more fun than drinking mulled wine in the winter? So a fun event that you can do and even invite like prospects to. And this is an event that you can probably do in-house. Doing like mulled wine is pretty simple. You can find a recipe online. So this is a cool one that you can do for your residents without spending a lot of money. And then another fun one, kind of similar to any holiday party or the ugly sweater party, is to do a Santa Showdown costume party. So basically, ask your residents to dress in their favorite Santa outfit, and whoever has the best can win a prize or something else. So this is another fun one because residents get to dress up and it's also a very simple party to put together. All you need are drinks, snacks, and some music. And then your residents are going to kind of run the show. And again, you can also run a contest during this type of event to take it to the next level and maybe have prizes that residents can win after the event itself. The other reason I like this as well is again because it's really social media friendly. So with an event like this, you can generate hundreds of events, some nice videos that you can use or your marketing team can use to boost your social media engagement and maybe get a little bit more like foot traffic. So another one that you are able to do many things with. So highly recommend this one as well. And then this is all for the kids. So you can hire Mr. and Mrs. Claus to come do a kids like story time. Why I absolutely love this event is because with this event, you not only engage your current residents, especially those with kids, but this is a great event where you can gain some goodwill by inviting like the whole neighborhood. So if you invite the whole neighborhood or invite prospects, you are going to generate a lot of traffic. So this is a really cool one. And what's nice about it is that it's not really expensive. So if you have a pretty large space, you can simply have the reader, so the Santa Claus, read, and then everyone is just in the audience. You can obviously also offer like snacks or food, or you can just stick to having the reading. So a really fun event because you can get a lot of goodwill by really inviting the neighborhood and making this open to the public, not just your residents. So this is one that I would highly, highly recommend. And then another really fun one to bring in the holiday spirit even more are Christmas movies. So I'm sure many of you are either people that have some annual movies that you like to watch, or you at least know someone that has a movie that they try to watch every year. So many people watch like holiday movies as a way to really get into the holiday spirit. So recommendation here is to have an outdoor movie to really help your residents get into the holiday spirit. And this is also a cool one where you are able to do this as a series. So rather than just do one outdoor movie, you can host a whole series of outdoor movies throughout the holiday season. So this gives residents a permanent thing to do every week, where maybe every Saturday night you have an outdoor movie that residents can join in on, or maybe it's every Sunday night. So a really fun thing to do. And this is also one that is pretty family friendly. So if you have family friendly movies, all those families are going to come out to watch. So this is one where you can easily get 100 to 150 residents like showing up. So highly recommend this one, especially if you take the approach of one, um, doing it as a series, and then two, having your residents like vote for what movie to watch. So that allows you to get some additional engagement even before the event itself. Another great one is a holiday pop-up meal. So why I like this one a lot is many of you are around a lot of different restaurants. So if you haven't already, establish partnerships with those different restaurants and then host a fun pop-up meal where you can have those restaurants all come on site and set up like different stations. So residents can go around and sample like multiple different types of meals from all the different restaurants. What's cool here is this could be an event that could potentially be free, but it could be huge for you. So if you've done a great job establishing partnerships, those restaurants might have all of this as samples or free, or at least at a really reduced cost. So residents are then able to come try out different foods from different restaurants all in the same place. And you could also use this as an event that you actually charge for. So you can tell basically say, hey, resident, you can pay $20 for all you can eat from five different restaurants. So this is an event that you can turn into either neutral, you can have it where residents completely pay for it, or it's covered by the restaurants. So just go around, call, email 10 to 15 different restaurants close to where you are, and I'm sure at least five to seven of them would be willing to participate. So you would have a really great time. And then another fun one, also for the kids, is just brownies day event for the kids. So pretty simple. Bring out brownies, they can decorate, have fun. Again, kids are gonna love this. It's family friendly, and all the parents on site are going to be really appreciative that there is another activity for them to host with their kids. And then Christmas bingo, also really fun. You can do this as a Christmas song bingo or just a regular Christmas bingo. But another fun event, pretty simple and cheap to put together, and you will get a lot of participation and engagement from your residents. So this one is really, really simple to put together. And this is one that you can completely do in-house. So one that highly recommended that you test out for the holidays. And then another fun one that can be done as a series is a hot cocoa and muffins event. So this one you can do every Saturday morning, maybe only do it one time. But also another recommendation is do this more on an ongoing basis. So rather than the typical breakfast grab and go, have like hot cocoa and muffins and give residents a reason to come down on a Saturday or Sunday morning. So another quick one that can be put together really simply. Same thing, but just with cookies. So another fun one. So you can kind of mix it up over those like 4 weeks. Again, why I like these events is when you give residents like a series, they are more likely to participate because they see that, oh, I get to come here, 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 and here. So really recommend these types of ways to execute an event. And then another good one is holiday sites. So a lot of your residents are going to be attending holiday parties, whether it's family ones or other ones. And many people feel like they need to bring a side. So doing a cooking class that's all around how to create really fun sides would be something that your residents are going to really like because for them, for many of them, it's going to be super relevant knowing how many holiday parties they have to go to and how many times they have to take a side. So a fun one to put together that's educational and very relevant to something that your teams and all your residents are thinking about and have top of mind. And then the last one is another fun event is to do a casino night. So for something like this, again, a little bit different than the typical holiday party. So it's putting together something that some residents might already do on their own, but by you putting it together, you engage more of the residents. So this one involves a little bit more work because you need to find a vendor that can offer like casino tables, food, and all of that. So this one, again, highly recommended because it's going to bring a lot of your residents together. And this one I also like because you can actually also invite like prospects to come to this event, which is going to, one, get them closer to signing a lease or at least keep you top of mind going forward. So I recommend this one as well. And next thing I wanted to go through is reasons why you should kind of think more creatively around your holiday party for this year. So the typical holiday party is drinks, food, or whatever. What we really recommend is kind of make it into a themed event and make it a little bit more formal. So something that your residents would really look forward to. I'm sure you guys have watched movies where all the main characters go to a party, they're dressed up, and it looks really fancy and fun. There's absolutely no reason why you shouldn't do the same thing. So recommendation is put together Winter Wonderland soiree event and really wow your residents. Like really wow them. Make them really be like, oh my God, I'm so glad I live here. So go all out. Why it's fun is you can make this a really upscale event. So give people a reason to really dress up to wear their fanciest suits or their nicest dress. So give them that reason to want to dress up and take all the pictures. So why this is fun is it is really going to be that wow factor that can be a good review booster for you. So having something like this that is super memorable is going to encourage your residents to leave reviews, especially if you just straight up ask them after the event to leave an online review. So it's a really fun event that can generate a lot of reviews for you. And then again, this is also going to encourage residents to engage with you on social media. So you can create a handle around it. So they can post and tag the building, especially with all the pictures that they are inevitably going to take. So highly recommend this type of thing. And then the thought is that it's going to really bring all those pictures that you all can use across social media the rest of the year or for that month. So it's really going to get you a lot of user generated content just because when people have that opportunity to dress up, they are going to take advantage of it and are really going to want to show off everything. So that'll get you some free pictures. So just some other tips to do an event like this. So one, you need theme decor. So you need to create a really magical environment. And again, it's not something that's expensive. You can go to a simple shop and find everything that you need. Other one is to set up some interactive elements, whether it's storytelling sessions, whether it's a booth, a photo booth, just things that are going to get residents to do a lot during that specific event. And then the other one is pairing. So create some of the elements that we've spoken about, whether it's wine, whether it's a cocktail and mixology class, or whether it's mulled wine tasting. But it's really nice to bring a little bit more flavor to the event when it comes to food or drinks. And then one of the biggest ones is the promotion. So you really have to get residents super excited about an event like this. Make it seem like this is the event of the year, and anyone would be stupid not to attend that event. One of our customers, they are actually based in Mexico. When they do events, they create a hype video for their big events. Like they literally create like a hype video that they use as part of their marketing. So you are able to create the same thing. Really simple. I'm sure many of you have Canva. So Canva has a lot of videos, so you can use that to create just like a hype video, and you can use that to drive and boost engagement and get the residents that are really excited for the event. And then finally, you need to also encourage residents to actually dress up. So make sure that they wear their best winter outfits and they are going to absolutely like love it. So this event is definitely a little bit more work to put together, but it's nice because it is going to really get you help you stand out more so than anything else. So last things that we want to go through are just some of the things that I'm sure many of you all know for why you do events. So when you do events, you can get a lot more ROI from that event with a couple of things. One, think of events where you can invite prospects. So inviting prospects to your events is going to allow them to see a different side of the community and help you stand out a little bit more than some of your comms who might not have done that. And this is also going to allow you to maybe get a bigger budget for events if you are able to invite prospects to those events. Even if the prospect doesn't convert, they are going to remember that. And maybe a year later, they might say, hey, I should really move in there. So think of all the events that you do and think of which ones you can invite prospects to. And don't be shy about it. Like invite prospects to your events. The other really important things to really maximize ROI from events is to always generate reviews from events. So if you know people that attend the event, send them an email afterwards to say, hey, leave us a review. Many of you are Flamingo customers and you know our platform does that automatically. But in case you don't have Flamingo, this is something that we highly recommend is ask people for reviews after events. And our data, we did a study last year that looked at why people do events and then how events like impact resident satisfaction. And we found it very clearly. The more events you do, the more engaging events are, the happier residents are going to be. We found that in 89% of cases where a resident mentioned the presence of events, they rated their resident satisfaction as happy or very happy. So think about how impactful that is. So really think about why residents do events. Residents, I love it. Like this resident said, I love living here. I've met so many great people through the social events, and I can't say enough about great things about the team. So events are really impactful. I know they are a lot of work, but it's really important that you guys think about how to drive that. And then same thing, events do impact retention and other things, and we have all that data. So if you haven't yet read our State of Resident Events guide, take a look. I know many of you right now are either finalizing budgets or trying to finish that up. So our this guide does show the average cost of events. So in case you are looking to increase your event budget, you can share this with the asset manager to say, hey, this is why we need a budget that is more than $300. So if your budget is still pretty low, send them this guide so they can see what the best sites are doing in terms of events and in terms of budget. So one of the things that we have is after this, we are going to run for everyone that attended. We are going to do a raffle where you can win an all-you-can-fly pass for 2024. So we're going to run that raffle. Expect to hear the winner by next week. And then you have other chances of winning if you follow us on like LinkedIn. So we'll send all of that out. And then thank you guys for joining. If you haven't used Flamingo before, I just want to do a quick demo. So Flamingo has an event marketplace that allows you to quickly book resident events. So how it works is Flamingo has recruited over close to 5,000 event hosts throughout the US. So if you ever need an event, you simply create a free account and you are able to browse through all the events that are on Flamingo's event marketplace, and you can quickly book any of the events. So on Flamingo's event marketplace, we have hundreds of different types of events, and you are able to browse events by month, by budget, by season. So you can browse winter events, summer events. You can browse events by a specific holiday. So if you want to browse an event by 4th of July holiday events or Super Bowl events, you can even browse by month. So if you want to book your January or December events, you can browse those events that way. So we make it really simple for you to book events. You simply log in and then you request the event that you want to have. And then that request goes out to our event host in that location to quickly respond to that event. So a really quick and easy way to book and manage your resident events. And if you create an account, you get a $200 credit for to help you book your first event. So free $200 to book your first event with Flamingo. So again, we just make that process like super, super simple for you to book and manage like any events. So definitely encourage many of you. If you don't have a lot of time to spend on doing events, you can just go into Flamingo's platform to quickly book any of the hundreds of events that we have on there. And if you are looking for event ideas, you can even just create an account to browse through all the different types of events that we have. And you can do the events in-house. You don't have to use Flamingo's host if you don't want to. But we just make it easy for you to do events. If you're if you're looking for more information, definitely check out our website. If you're looking to drive more engagement, we also offer branded resident apps. So thank you all for joining us. I hope this was helpful. We are going to send out a recording along with this presentation that goes through all those like different event ideas. And you can always see the same events on Flamingo's platform, along with hundreds of other like event ideas. So thank you all for attending. I'll wait a few minutes for those that have questions, and I'm happy to answer those questions.